ready to go over compounds and mixtures. Press start. Here is an atom. This one is an iron atom. Here are some more. And here is some sulfur. Now, when you bond two elements together, you can make new and wonderful compounds. Drag the elements together and see what happens. That chemical reaction created bonds that fuse the elements together. Just try and separate them. Go on, try it. No, it's not going to work. That's because we've created an entirely new compound. Iron sulfide, which is nothing like iron or sulfur. The only way to pull them apart is another chemical reaction.
It's like pulling a mustache.
These things here are molecules, a bunch of atoms bonded together. This is an oxygen molecule, but you can also get molecules made up of different kinds of atoms. We're about to see how. Here is the element hydrogen. What happens when you fuse it with oxygen? Explosive. That reaction created a lot of energy. It also gave us these molecules with one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms. See them? Hydrogen and oxygen were gases at room temperature, but bonded together, they become an entirely different compound, water. Yes, this is a molecule of water. If there is no bonding, then elements and other substances just kind of mix together to form a mixture. Use the fan to mix up the elements here. Because they're not chemically joined, it's much easier to separate the elements in a mixture. Try and separate them now. Actually, it's not usually that easy. Atoms are really, really tiny, and you might have trillions of them. Like in this jar. But there are some clever ways to pull them apart. First up is chromatography. Some of the dyes have travelled further up the paper. These are the ones that dissolve more easily. Next, we have filtration. A useful technique. The filter catches the sand, but the water passes through it. They are now officially separated. And this is an old one, but a good one. It's called distillation. Heat this salt water to try to extract fresh. Watch how the heat changes the water into vapour, leaving the salt behind. And then cooling turns the vapour back into pure water at the other end. Delicious and fresh tasting. Isn't it about time for a recap? Atoms that are bonded together are known as molecules. Atoms of most elements can join together to make molecules of the pure element, like oxygen. Compounds are made when two or more different elements are chemically bonded together. Chemical reactions cause energy changes. The compounds created are new substances with different properties to the original elements. Mixtures are mixtures, substances that are not chemically joined and can be separated with different techniques. Okay, we've covered the basics. Let's see how well you really know your mixtures from your compounds. Question 1. How many different types of atoms are there in an element?